Is the age gap too much? We are both comfortable and happy. Sounds like you answered your question. I would agree with the many in that after a certain age, the gap doesn't matter so much. But I would also peg 23 as just at the edge of that certain age. At 23, you're either just figuring out that you need to stop partying and grow up or you'll die. Or you're still partying and should be hanging out with people mostly your age until you wake from your stupor. That's a generalization, but just my 2 cents. My wife is 9 years older than me. If you're happy, that's all that matters. My wife is 10 years younger than I am. But we also got together when I was in my 40s. So it's a fine gap. But she's probably ready to settle down. And you, I'm thinking, are ready to get wild? Something to think about. Consenting adults. Don't bother yourself with outside opinions. After a certain point, age really doesn't matter. So long as, like you said, you're happy, then just enjoy it. My brother met his wife when he was 27 and she was 45. They are now 73 and 91 respectively and still in love. So go for it and have a great life together. The formula checks out. 33 halves plus 7 equals 23.5. I think the 2 big elephants in the room are kids and finances. If she, or you, want kids, that's got to happen pretty soon. Or she could also freeze her eggs, but that comes at a cost. Also at 23, you're not financially set up yet. And I'm not sure what her situation is, but no one respects a Kevin Federline. So that pushes back a lot of things you'd look for with a life partner. But you do you. I just think the most important thing is to have an honest conversation about these topics with her, so that no one's time is wasted. My cousin was dating a guy who was like 10 years older than her. She was like 25 and he was 35. Everyone in my family was so upset about it. They thought he was some kind of creep taking advantage of her. Turns out he is actually a super cool dude who loves her very much. They got married and have a child now. Everyone in my family thinks he is great. He is a really good dad and husband and treats my cousin very well. The problem is that anyone under 25 is going to be a person that others will be concerned about. They just remember what it was like to be 23 and the mistakes they made and how they were at that age. It doesn't mean that you are wrong for dating someone who is 33. It just means that people are gonna be worried about the situation. Once people have time to get to know him, then they should clam down. Too much for what? You are a little on the young side. Most people your age still have some growing and changing to do. That being said, most is not all. Some people get there sooner. And you are not so young you that are likely to become a different person in the meantime. Or fail to understand what's happening, and she is not so much older that you have no common experiences or reference. What matters is that you guys are both happy and getting what you want and need out of it. You might grow in a different direction, and you might grow apart, but the same would be true with someone your own age. Relationships don't have to be forever, and even the forever ones change over time. Communicate a lot. Good luck. Honestly, it pains me to say it, but since the woman is older, not the man, then most people won't have a problem with it. If you want children, that might be a concern. I saw in Precious comments you were wanting to wait for kids. Women's fertility generally begins decreasing around 35. Women can have healthy pregnancies into their 40s. So it's not crazy, but it's worth a conversation about what you would want to do if she has trouble conceiving. Would you want to pay the tens of thousands for IVF? Is adoption in the table? Etc. I mean, it depends. Is the relationship serious enough to share similar values in life together? Like what if you didn't want kids and she wanted kids? She's already 33, you know? So it seems fine as long as values in her point of life are similar to yours. 35F here, and I can't imagine dating someone 10 years younger. There seems to be a power imbalance with age gaps like that. Generally speaking, the older person has more life experience, probably makes more money, etc. With that said, if everyone is happy and satisfied and it's a healthy relationship, then it doesn't really matter what other people think. The age gap can get larger without issues if both people are in the same phase of their life, and after your brain is fully formed, matured. Approximately 25 The age difference is much less significant than it was in your teens. 13 and 23 is a helluva gap. But 23 and 33 really isn't IMHO. No, it's not. I'm 19 and my GF is 27. The only reason I am reminded about this fact is because other people are a bit surprised when I tell them. For the rest, we are super happy and we notice absolutely nothing about age gap. So if you're comfortable and happy, there is nothing to worry about. We are not magically and rigidly immature at 17 years and then mature at 18 years. But because of how much nuance and subjectivity there would be in determining a person's maturity, we decided to draw a hard line. A line that is imperfect but, in my opinion, does far more good than bad. I mention this because the taboo surrounding age has to do with the capacity to take advantage and victimize. It is easier to take advantage of an immature person. An 18-year-old is not fully mature. But at that point it is far more likely that they can make informed decisions regarding their autonomy. This very long essay I've just written is all to say that as long as all parties are adults and all express consent, then everything is good. Okay, sign. I'm 10 years older than my husband. We've been together for 15 years now.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.